Hello, everybody. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. I have called this meeting here today to tell you about this frightful assassin of our youth. This assassin poisons the mind through propaganda and false accusations about a certain drug that one Simon D. Chipmunk once quoted as marijuana. This propaganda is a film that was made in the 30s and is so fabricated that I swear even the actors themselves are puppets. It is a film that can affect your children, or yours, or yours, or yours. Will you stop talking while I'm talking? Jesus, the attention span of jelly beans! This propaganda is a film simply known as Reefer Madness. Yes, folks, it's time to take a look at a cult classic, Reefer Madness, an anti-drug film that's so anti-drugs that you'd swear they were just making this stuff up. Which, of course, they are. The film so misses the mark about the side effects of marijuana that even after-school specials are pointing and laughing at them. It's a film everybody loves to mock, and we're gonna look at it today. So let's not miss out on the highlight, let's dive right into Reefer Madness. So after it starts out by saying the story is fictional, yeah, because we really needed that warning, the film gives us a brief forward about the tale we're about to see. No, not startle! Wow, for a drug so menacing, they sure do give it a nice font. I wish a narrator was reading this. When he got to that part, he'd probably say it all fancy. Will not have failed in its purpose, because the dread marijuana may be reaching forth next for your son or daughter.
Let's see, laughing, hallucination, God, I want a joint. Let's see,
Yikes, I thought most people just ate Cheetos and watched SpongeBob. Why don't you just read us the damn movie? Hell, the phone book is sounding more entertaining than this. Let's see, if we wipe out this ghastly menace, then the picture will not have failed in its purpose. If its purpose was to bore the living shit out of us, I agree. We then watch a bunch of newspapers as they display the horrors of the evil drug. Police wage war on narcotic. Dope peddlers caught in high school. Police raid marijuana flat. This leads us to the widest of gatherings at the School Parents Association. Dr. Alfred Buzzkill here tells us just how high his high school has actually gotten.
It exists in almost every city and hamlet in the country. It might be interesting and important for you to know some of the methods used in bringing these drugs into the country.
Sure, go ahead.
They are hidden in fake jewelry cases, in the heels of shoes, women's shoes especially, because the drugs can be secreted in false heels.
A woman's shoe? That's a great idea!
Hollowed shaving brushes are another medium. Books with false centers are often used. Watch cases...
Slow down, this is all gold!
Recently, a huge supply of heroin was taken. It was concealed in an apparently harmless shipment of 35 barrels of olive oil.
Now I'm gonna show you how to make a pipe bomb, just so you never figure out how to do it!
And more deadly, even than these soul-destroying drugs, is the menace of marijuana.
Well, that's just common knowledge.
No doubt many of you do not believe that these things do happen, that they cannot happen to you. You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated.
By you? Never!
Let me tell you of something that happened right here in our own city.
So as you imagine, he goes into the backstory of what caused this thrilling meeting to happen in the first place. Apparently there were these gangsters, see, who spent most of their time selling marijuana to teenagers and providing a place for them to smoke it. The woman who runs the apartment is named May, who's going out with one of the gangsters.
Oh, Jack, we can get along without dragging those young kids up here.
Oh, why don't you button up your lip?
What's the good, doctor, while telling the story going into great detail about May putting on her pantyhose? Because I'd be pretty freaked out if he was. Then she slipped on the other pantyhose. Slowly and elegantly she touched her leg, reminding herself of the days when she was a bad, bad girl. Oh yes, she liked those days a lot, didn't she? We then get a quick shot of her bra strap and...
Dr. Alfred!
Okay.
A couple of your customers, May.
Yeah? They're old enough to know what they're doing. Not like those young kids you bring up here.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna blow.
Too easy. So he goes to where all the hip cats are hanging and tries to see if he can sell them the evil weed.
Oh, by the way, Ralph, I'm sort of getting a little party Saturday afternoon over at my grandmother's.
Nothing but party animals in this town.
Hello, Mary. How are you, Bill? How are you, Ralph?
Oh, hello, Ralph. You know my brother Jimmy, don't you?
How are you? Well.
Swell. Imagine, somebody swell in the 30s. In fact, everybody seems to be swell in this movie. Just take a look.
Swell.
Well,
Swell.
What the heck? Let's just have a swell-o-meter at the bottom of the screen to keep track of how swell things are. So they convince one of the kids to come with them to a place called Joe's, where they hope to get him addicted to the stuff.
What the hell?
You know, they really don't use that many butt transitions anymore, do they? It's a dying art. Good night, Mary Jane, wherever you are. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Jimmy!
Hey, he ain't no paper man.
Why, don't you know him? That's Hot Finger Freddie.
Boy, he really swings out hot with a mess of jive.
The hell did they just say?
You want to dance?
Do I?
I love this guy. He looks like the missing Dick Tracy character, Pot Top. So after we see him smoke a joint in the closet, not really sure why we're seeing this, we see two kids named Bill and Mary Lane sit down at her mother's.
You know, after that session we had yesterday, I went home and told Mother that the trouble with her pot roast gravy was she hadn't added 3 heaping teaspoonfuls of olive oil.
Boy, these two need some pot and fast.
She just threw me out of the kitchen.
Well, I don't wonder. Hello, children. Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mrs. Lane. Gosh, hot chocolate.
Gosh, hot chocolate.
Now then, enjoy yourself. He will.
She will too, Mrs. Lane. May I?
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You're so very, very kind.
Holy smokes, the swell-o-meter is just bursting with swellness. Any more, this place is gonna make Pleasantville look like the fucking ghetto.
Like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo,
My dear,
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
by the hour of 9.
I will not fail.
Oh, take her bra off!
Well, I'll see you tonight, Mary.
Goodbye, Bill.
So long. Gosh,
Who is a grotto? So the next day, Billy meets up with Jimmy as they compare whose day was more swell.
I take you any place? Well, I wasn't going any place in particular. Well, then, how about driving me over to the Joe's place with me? I'll buy you a soda. I never drink that stuff.
Really? Soda's too strong for you, kid? You know, how about air? Can you breathe air? Or are you afraid that there's a chance a water particle might slip in? 'Cause, you know, water's pretty heavy too.
Hello, Lance. Hello, Ralph. How are you? Well, Lance, how have you been, Ralph? Hello, 2 sodas. No, I mean 1 soda and 1 root beer.
They're both sodas! Good God, if this is the sober life, I hate to see what these morons are like if they do take something.
Well, sure, none of the kids will be there. It's Keen. Well, I don't know. I really shouldn't have. Well, okay.
I'm out there, Jerry, and I'm loving every minute of it. So Jimmy and Billy get convinced to go back to the apartment and puff the magic dragon again. Wait a minute! Hold it! Stop the movie! Ralph puke? Something must be brought to the attention of this travesty. Let me guess, you have something to say. When do I not have something to say? All right, well, what do you got to talk about? It may come to an astonishing revelation to all of you that I, in fact, have done drugs in the past. No. Oh, yes. You may be shocked to find that I was not always a straight arrow. Your arrow's as straight as a hedge maze. But needless to say, I must point out this is not how high people act. You will notice the constant movement emulating from their feet.
Notice the incredible amount of energy that they have in their step. This is not a common occurrence.
The typical stoner looks more like this.
Quiet, immovable, and astonished that he has 2 hands.
You will also notice the absurd amount of smoke that these kids are taking in. And yet not once do they ever let out a smoker's cough. Even people that work in a tobacco factory let out a cough every once in a while. These teens are smoking Kool-Aid. And why not? They get drunk off of soda, apparently. Well, thank you. That was very informative. Are you done? Oh, I'll never be done. But I will stop. For now. Okay, so after they get— You got O.J. Simpson off the hook! And you caused 9/11! Okay, so after the teens get higher than Zeus, one of the gangsters lets out this really crazy laugh. Now that's a side effect I believe. Laughing at a totally unfunny moment. But if that was the case, everybody in this movie would be friggin' high. So one of the gangsters approaches the crime boss and lets him know how business is going.
That's 10 gross for Jack Perry. Who? Pete Daly. All right, send him in.
Pete Diddy? I thought you moved on to the harder stuff by now.
I'm just dope enough to draw the line selling hop to kids.
All right, Pete. You know what my policy's always been.
By the way, am I the only one who thinks their crime lord looks like Dr. Cox from Scrubs?
I only wish you had a couple of kids.
The boys are not satisfied. I'm always glad to have them retire.
I'll tell you what, Barbie, if you can get the kids to just give us their money, I won't have an emotional scene to show I'm not such a tough guy. Brendan Fraser was dead all along. So Billy, or Jimmy, or one of the boys ending with E, drives the car too fast, of course because of the marijuana, and runs an old man over. Oh, come on! He didn't even touch him! What, does he just throw himself in front of cars just to collect the insurance?
Help! I have no scars, no broken bones, and not a scratch on me, but I'll sue that bastard for all he's got!
There is no doubt.
Oh, wait a minute, now the doctor's putting himself in the story? Come on, man, you're just an ego boner.
But do you realize that marijuana is not like other forms of dope? And frankly, the only sure cure is a widespread campaign in education.
Oh, it's all right to talk about education, Mr. Wyatt. But we educators can't do anything until the public is sufficiently aroused.
I got some playboys in the back. We can call it pot porn.